Now we're going to work on multiplying polynomials that are just more than just a binomial. So in this case we have a binomial. Here's our binomial. And we have our trinomial here, right? We're just going to multiply our binomial with our trinomial. So let's go ahead and start doing that. There's no magic behind it. It's simply very methodical in how we're going to do our multiplication. So the first thing we do is we take our first term, which is 3y, and we're going to multiply it with each term in the trinomials, right? So I have a 3y times a 4y squared. Then I have a plus 3y again times a negative 7y. And then my last one is plus 3y times a negative 1. And so if you notice this, what I'm doing is I'm distributing that first term to each term in the second, right? To each term in the second polynomial. So now I've done all my 3y's. The next one I'm going to do is do my 2, right? So I have plus 2. So I'm going to distribute my 2 to every single term in the second polynomial. So I have 2 times 4y squared plus a 2 times a negative 7y plus a 2 times a negative 1. Okay, so now I have a lot of terms, but I just have to keep track of everything, keep it organized, and do my math right. So here, let's take a look. That's my first term. So I have 3 times 4 gives me a 12, and I have y to the 1 times y squared gives me a y cubed. My second term, I have a 3 times a negative 7, so that's going to give me a negative 21 for the coefficient, and I have y squared. The third one, I have 3y times a negative 1, so I just have a negative 3y. This term, I have 2 times 4 gives me a positive 8y squared. 2 times negative 7 gives me a negative 14, and I have a y there. And my last term is 2 times negative 1, which just gives me a negative 2. So now the next thing I do is see if I can find any like terms. I have a 12y cubed. I don't see anything else here. Then I see a negative 21y squared plus 8y squared gives me a negative 13y squared. Then I have a negative 3y minus a 14y, so that gives me a minus 17y. And then I simply have a negative minus 2 left. So that's my answer. Here again I have a trinomial, right? I have this trinomial times this binomial. And my personal preference is always to rewrite it so that I have the polynomial with fewer terms first. I like to do that. So I'm going to rewrite my expression here as 7x minus 1 times the quantity, or the whole trinomial, 4x squared minus 3x plus 2. So again, here we go. We're going to take this first term, and I'm going to multiply it to each one in the second, each term of the second binomial, or second trinomial, right? So I have 7x times 4x squared plus a 7x times a negative 3x plus a 7x, right? The 7x is getting distributed to every guy in the second, in the trinomial there. So 7x times 2. Then I'm going to take my negative 1, and I'm going to distribute this to everybody in the second polynomial. So I have another negative 1 times the negative 3x. And notice I carry the sign that's in front of the term with me, right? And I have a negative 1. The last one to get it is this 2. So now I go ahead and I simplify. So I have 4 times 7 is positive 28x cubed minus 21, this one, minus 3 times 7 is 21, x squared. This one is plus 14 x. Then I have a minus 4x squared. I have a plus 4x. And a minus 2. So I have 28x cubed. Then I have a negative 21x squared minus 4x squared gives me a minus 25x squared. I have a 14x plus 4x gives me a plus 18x. And again, I have a minus 2 at the end. So that's my answer.